Yo guys, back with another video. Jacob MMA here. Back with the full fight night UFC Fiziev vs Torres, full betting card breakdown predictions. First fight of the night we got Beksat Almahakan vs Gene Matsumoto. This fight is the UFC hardcore fans' favorite fight. Got Beksat Almahakan. Fans were on him when he dropped Umar, but now he lost to Alexander Topuria, so he lost to all the hardcore MMA fans, favorite fighters. We got Gene Matsumoto. Gene Matsumoto really hyped up when he won on the Contender Series, but he hasn't really shown it in the UFC. He lost to Rob Font. He lost to Basharat Bro, the shitty Basharat Bro. But, it's a tough fight. Gene Matsumoto's a favorite here, but I think Beksat's going to take him down. He's going to wrestle him, and he's going to get the unanimous decision win, 29-28. Gene Matsumoto got some pillow hands. He's really hyped up, especially by Dana White, for that shitty-ass Contender Series fight, but I guess. Next fight on the card, we got Danny Dechenko. Danny Dechenko versus Theodore Bergen. Danny Donchenko is actually one of my favorite fighters right now. No lie. He was on Tough. He won a few fights. He beat who did he beat? He beat Alex Morono, some vets. He beat some vets. Now he's gonna go against some padded record. I actually watched Bergen. He has some good power. But his competition's been weak. So I have to go with Donnie Donchenko by KO. I'll go first round KO for Donnie Donchenko. Next we got Con Ofley versus Javier Reyes. Con Ofley, man, got knocked the heck out by Marlon Santos. He has absolutely zero reach on him. He has literally he has zero reach at all. He's literally like this when he's fighting, bro. He's like just trying to get in the pocket, but Javier Reyes has a lot of power. He has some good wrestling defense. He knocked out Douglas De Silva de Andrade, which is actually a good fighter back in the day. He's a good crafty vet. But Con Ofley, man, he has absolutely no reach. He has a 7-inch reach disadvantage, man. Javier Reyes is gonna hit that chin round 2 after Con Ofley gasses out a little bit. Con Ofley, I can't lie, he won his last few fights. He beat Iza and some other dude, but I don't think he's gonna get it here, man. Look at him, bro. He's literally a bodybuilder, man. He can't be like that. He's gonna gas out round 1. He's gonna win round 1 and get knocked out round 2. Next fight we got Ruziboyev versus Pulaev. Man, Pulaev is a Gutierrez victim, man, but he's not really the best fighter, man. Ruziboyev, he's lost a couple fights. He lost to the Buck, but outside welterweight, he's literally like 6'7", 6'6", 6'7", so he's up at his natural weight. I think he's gonna get the KO here. Pulaev isn't the most dangerous guy. He's crafty, the strikes. He does this, he bobs his head. But I think Ruziboyev, I don't think he's gonna knock him out, man. If Gutierrez couldn't knock him out, I don't think Ruziboyev can knock him out. I think a Ruziboyev decision with a couple eye pokes, a couple nut shots, but yeah, Ruziboyev by decision, 30-27. Man, this is actually a really good fight right here, man. It's a really good fight right here. We got Abdul Rahman Yakayev versus Julius Walker, man. Let's talk about this, man. So, we got Julius Walker here. He got a really close fight, short notice. It was a couple days' notice against Alonzo Menifield. I remember that fight, watching it live. It was like, damn, this is about to beat Menifield. Then he got a win against that one guy. Who was it? It was Sakura, everyone's fight victim. Everyone beats this guy, but yeah. Then he lost to Dustin Jacoby, crafty vet, by KO. Tough fight. It was his first 2 fights, but Rakhman Puliev has also beat Sakura, but literally everyone knocks out Sakura, so I don't think that's a real good win for both of them. So Rahman is undefeated, but we haven't really seen much of him. We haven't seen much of him recently against good competition. He did beat Ribeiro, but Ribeiro is really the same type of guy. Julius Walker is also has good defense. He's a primarily wrestler, so I'm actually gonna pick the upset. I'm gonna take Julius Walker. I think Yakayev is pretty overrated. Now next fight. Oh man, we got we got Bob. Oh, no, we got Foreman Hassanov versus Eric Nolan. Man, we got an undefeated Dagestani Asian versus Eric Nolan, bro. Eric Nolan is absolutely terrible in my opinion. He lost to Susurkayev, the guy that kept emoting in his fights. It was short notice to be fair, up a weight class. Or actually, wasn't up a weight class? Oh yeah, it is up a weight class. He's a welterweight, but I think Eric Nolan, man, I'm not too high on Susurkayev, but got Farman. I actually watched some of Farman's fights. He's fight straight cans, and he's fought straight cans. He got a couple of KOs, but yeah, man. To be honest, right now, I'm just picking against Eric Nolan, the white Australian looking dude. Looks like Volkanovski's training partner. But yeah, I'm picking against Eric Nolan here. I think I'm gonna go Farman Hassanov by KO. He got some big meaty hooks. I can see Eric Nolan bobbing and weaving himself into a big meaty hook. So yeah. Next fight. Oh, this is a good fight right here, man. Abus Magomedov versus Mikhail Oleksiejczuk. Man, I remember when Abus came to the UFC, he got that KO, and then they put him straight against Strickland. He got knocked out against Strickland, but he's won a couple fights. Beat Pereira. He has some crafty kicks, but he got some crafty submissions too against Bruno Ferreira. But to be honest, I'm thinking Mikhail Oleksiejczuk's gonna beat him here, man. Abus has no heart. He's the opposite of heart. He's literally quits after a sign of adversity. No gas tank. Even though he did beat Pereira, he did walk. He did get walked down Pereira, but he just stayed on the outside trying to strike. But Mikhail did lose to Pereira. He did get destroyed by Pereira, but Mikhail has that good boxing. I think he's gonna weather the early storm and get a late KO here. That's an underdog pick. Abus is right now like a negative 300, so bet on Mikhail. Round 3 KO. Next fight, we got Ikram Aliskerov versus Bruno Ferreira, man. Man, these guys were hyped up prospects back in the day, back in 2024, before Ikram got absolutely destroyed by Robert Whitaker, and then Bruno Ferreira got absolutely KO'd by Ruziboyev. Ikram, he hasn't really been the most active, but he's kind of a born fighter now. He was the undefeated Dagestani, so scary, but he got a decision against Jun Young Park, and then I think he got a submission against Muniz, but to be honest, he hasn't really been impressing me lately. Ferreira got absolutely KO'd by Robocop, absolutely brutal KO'd, but now they're 1-1. So, I think Bruno is pretty flashy. He has some knockout power, but Ikram has the good takedown defense. He's gonna get some takedowns. He has the cleanest striking. Bruno's just like this, trying to get a KO, trying to get a lucky KO. If not, he's cooked. Going with Ikram by decision here. Oh, we got Shavkat's long lost brother versus Charles Johnson. Charles, I beat that guy one time, Johnson. Charles Johnson, man, he's got some good wins, man. He beat Kavanaugh, he beat Josh Van, but we got Asu Elmabayev here, the takedown guy. He also got knocked out by Cop, and he beat some guys, Man, I can just see Asu Elmabayev just smudging Charles Johnson, man. Charles Johnson, he gets a few KOs over some good prospects, I don't know how he does it, man. He loses to absolute terrible fighters, but then he gets a fluke KO win. I can't even say fluke. I don't know. He just unlocks his inner rage into these Asians. But Asu Elmabayev, he's a good takedowns. He has some good takedowns. think he's gonna smudge him. He's a crafty little, he's the hardcore MMA fans' favorite fighter. I think Alex Su's gonna win by decision, and then Charles Johnson's gonna go out on social media after the fight, calling it a robbery, calling him a smudger. The usual Charles Johnson. Next fight, Nazi Radikov versus Mateus Camilo. This is a good fight right here. This is gonna be a war, I think. You guys gotta watch this fight. Mateus Camilo, a UFC newcomer. He fought Borshev and won by decision, a pretty decent fight. But Sadikov, he got absolutely destroyed by Fiziev. Even though Fiziev has been winning some fights, Fiziev's kind of a crafty vet. He's pretty long and lengthy, got some good power. Sadikov had a war with Moda, so this is going to be a hard fight. I think this is going to be a scrap. I think this is going to go to distance. But Mateus Camilo, I think he's going to weather the storm. I think he's going to win the early rounds, weather the storm, but I think it'll be a close decision, man. I think I'm going to go with Sadikov here, man. It's a tough fight, but I think Sadikov's going to win by the decision. I think it's going to be a war, but I think either Sadikov round 3 KO or Sadikov decision. Oh, man. Sharputin Magomedov. This guy, to be fair, he's only lost to Michael Venom Page, but he has the striking, he has the kicks. And then we got Michel Pereira. Michel hasn't been doing too good lately. I think he's on a 3-fight losing streak. He lost to freaking Abu. He got gassed out after a few punches against Anthony Hernandez. That was the most embarrassing fight I've ever seen. He didn't even get gassed from the takedowns. After the first few punches, he really stopped throwing. He has so much muscle. To be honest, this fight is either a decision by Sharputin or late KO or a first round KO by Pereira. Dude, Sharputin does get caught. He does get caught by some strikes, but but at the other end, Michel Pereira got literally knocked out by the worst fight in the UFC, Kyle Dawkins. That was absolutely embarrassing. Kyle Dawkins needs to go back to Bellator, fighting cans. He's literally a wrestler too. That was absolutely embarrassing by Pereira. Getting caught by a pillow punch. I'm going Sharputin by KO. I would say 3rd round decision. Michel, I think he might win the early rounds. The early round. He might win the first round, maybe catch him in some punch. I think he's going to drop him, actually. I think he's going to drop Sharputin. But I think Sharputin will get up, recover, and win the next 2 rounds. So Sharputin by decision, 29-28. Alright, now we got the main event. Fiziev versus Torres. This is a really good fight right here, but in my opinion, I think Fiziev's going to absolutely school Manuel sloppy boxing Torres, man. Manuel Torres is very overrated in my opinion. His last few fights, he's got some KOs, but he's just some slop. Like, all he does is this. Like, he's literally running with his chin up in the air, just trying to find a KO. He might catch Fiziev, he has been caught, but this isn't Grant Dawson here. This isn't Drew Dober, sloppy man boxing. We got clean Fiziev with the kicks. He's gonna slow him down. He likes to fight on the outside. He's gonna kick him. He's gonna wear him down. I think Fiziev is gonna get a decision here, man. He's gonna get cooked. Honestly, I think this is gonna be a brutal performance by Fiziev. He's gonna absolutely outclass Torres. You'll see. Fiziev did lose to Rufi. You guys might think, oh, he got knocked out by Rufi. He's tall and lengthy like Torres, but Rufi's actually a skilled boxer. He has some technique, but Torres is just a broader brawler. He's a marauder. I think Fiziev's gonna win. I think he's going to win by decision, 49-46. I think Torres might win an early round. He might drop him one of these rounds. I think round 2 or 3 he's going to drop Rafael Fiziev. But I think at the end, Fiziev is going to be outclassing him with the kicks. I think he's going to land some 1-2s with some body. 1, 2, 3, 4, But, yeah, man, I think Rafael Fiziev is going to get the win here. And, yeah, that'll do it for my first video. If you guys like, please subscribe. Please like the video, subscribe. Let me know if you like more. If not, thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. That'll be it. Peace.